What's up, everybody? So we thank you for joining tonight. I'm getting ready to introduce the man of the hour, Mr. Isaiah Shuttlesworth. I call him a chartist because you think of art on the chart. These people are marking up these charts and they're turning into valuable masterpieces that are making you money. This young man's in college and he's a profitable trader. He started out, I think, a little over a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. I'll let him introduce himself and tell the rest of his story. But he's coming to us tonight by way of New York. Mr. Isaiah, they call him Zay, or I will. I'll turn it over to you. And thank you so much for blessing us with your knowledge tonight.
Gigi, thank you so much. Thank you. But I really want to say thank you because you know, you kept me consistent. You know, like when I first started, I was really on these ForexNChill nights, and through that it was how I actually ended up getting in my first boot camp. You know what I'm saying, with Terrell, Clay, and Marios. You know, so I really want to say thank you because you know you provide a lot of value. Like you said, how a lot of people don't want to give out that knowledge. Like you really take your time and give back. You know what I'm saying? So without that, I wouldn't have been where I'm at. So you know, thank you.
All right, so tell everybody a little bit about yourself and your trading journey, and then take us to the charts.
Yep. So I'm 25. I am almost done with school. I'm a semester. I have a semester left. I'll be done with my BA in sociology, full-time student. Play basketball. I've been around trading for about a year. And yeah, like I said, like just staying consistent and staying a student is what really helped me, right? Like how Gigi spoke about really marking up 25 pairs when the market was closed, like doing things like that. When it comes to trading, you really want to like hone in on the repetition, right? You want to take your time and always stay on the chart. So when I did that, I stayed on these these free calls and these educational webinars was when things started to click for me. So yeah, so I've been on these calls. Met my mentor Terrell Rowland, and he's been somebody that's supported me all the way through. Pretty much taught me everything he knows, and I just kind of just stayed close to his hip. Right. So the way I trade, the way we trade, right, is pretty much strictly structure. You know what I'm saying? With structure, you're not lost in the market. So with saying that, right, I'm being able to know, what's to come next. So for me, structure's been big. It kept things simple for me. When I first started out, I've ran into a number of different strategies and styles, but you just want to find out what makes sense for you. So like, in your trading journey, you'll come across a lot of different ways people see the market, and if they make money, it makes sense for them. For me, this made sense for me. So since it made sense, I just pretty much stayed to this. So yeah, let's get right into it, right? So pretty much the way, I pretty much start my week off is I'm using a top-down analysis, right? So when it comes to me marking up my charts, I usually start off the monthly, and I want to be able to see the whole story, the whole picture, right? So in this case, right, this is the USD dollar to the Canadian dollar, and I want to be able to see the whole entire picture, right? So for my monthly, the first thing that I'm usually doing is I'm looking for my highs and lows, right? So in this case, I'm just looking for current price, right? I identify my highs and lows just like this. And every line that I'm putting on the chart, like I want to create a story. You know what I'm saying? So like in this case, identify my highs and lows, like looking right here, I'm able to see, okay, like what happened. Every time price had touched this yellow line, can somebody tell me what happened? Up here.
And sold off.
Right, price decided to shoot down. And the same thing at the bottom, right? Price decided to shoot up. So like structure keeps things simple, right? Like the name of the game is, boxing, price, and react. I don't guess, I don't anticipate. Like I want to just make sure I'm taking my time to box and price, react, and see what the market's giving me. So strictly off my monthly, I'm just identifying my highs and lows straight like this. All right. Now, when it comes to structure, right, all the way through, all I see is three market behaviors. I see impulse, correction, continuation, straight up and straight down, right? So my impulsive move is telling me which way the market wants to go. So in this case, right, I got an impulsive move down. My correction, right, is what confirms my impulsive move. So in this case, I got an impulsive move down. I got my correction and my continuation to the downside. And the same thing follows going up. So in this case, right, what type of trend do we have?
Trend.
Right, uptrend, right? So anybody that doesn't know,
Trend.
right, thank you. So for anybody that doesn't know, right, 2 touches make a trend and 3 confirm it. So the same way how I have my highs and lows identifying current price, right, where price is playing at, same thing with my trends, right? The number of touches really validates, you know, your lines and things like that. So in this case, right, we got 3 touches. So this is pretty much, for the most part, a good trend. So the same way I said, I see impulse correction continuation, I see the same thing all the way through, right? So I have my impulse to move up, my correction, continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation, big correction, continuation. And what's happening now? Price is correcting. So it's fairly simple, but that's something I'm doing literally as I'm going down each time frame. As I'm cycling down time frames, I'm asking myself, what trend am I in and what's due? So where current price is at right now, price is still correcting, right? It's making its way back down, right? Price doesn't just go straight up and straight down. You have to get moves up and you have to get pullbacks. You have to get moves down. You have to get pullbacks, right? So in this case, I have an uptrend, right? I'm dropping down to my daily. I'm asking literally the same exact question, right? What trend am I in and what's due? So in this case, what type of trend do we have on our daily?
A downward trend.
Right.
Downtrend.
Right, thank you. I got a nice downtrend, right? Multiple touches. So the same way how I seen impulse correction continuation on my uptrend, right? I'm seeing the same thing with my downtrend. I got that move down, followed by that correction, right? This continuation, and what's happening right now,
It's touching the line.
right? But you know the market impulse, right? Correction, continuation. What's this for us?
Correction.
Forming.
Yes, flag.
Right. I got that correction or that flag or that pullback forming, right? So in this case, we have a downtrend, right? We got an impulsive move down followed by a correction. What follows after that correction?
Continuation.
Right, continuation. So literally, I'm just asking the same question as I'm cycling down time frames, right? So I got this downward trend, right? My 4 hour. So that correction on my 4 hour, right? Let me actually clean this up for you guys, right? That correction on my 4 hour is nothing but a 4 hour uptrend. You see that? You guys see that?
Yes.
That's
Right.
a new flag.
Right, exactly. It's a
Yes.
flag. But even though it's a flag for this higher time frame, but as I'm cycling down time frames, right, I'm seeing impulse correction continuation inside of corrections, inside of flags and things like that, right? So I'm just the same question I'm asking for my monthly, weekly, and daily, I'm doing them as I'm going down. So I'm using my monthly, my weekly, and my daily as my reference points for me to identify, okay, where is price going to go, right? My 4 hour and my 1 hour are typically the time frames that I'm trading off of, meaning like, okay, this is when I'm waiting for my patterns to form, my corrections in this case, and I'm using my lower time frames to jump in, right? So in this case, just like here, right? We said we got that correction, and we want to look for that continuation to the downside. So in this case, right, I'm just going to allow this move to play out, right? So with this flag, I want price to come back up top, right? Price come back up here again. This is where I'm looking to catch that continuation to the downside. The reason why I don't want to look to sell at the bottom of my flags when I'm selling is because price could do what?
Drop.
Buy low and sell.
Right, exactly. Price can shoot up. So like, I just want to find areas where one, I can maximize profits, but at the same time too, minimize risk. And that's why I really love structure, because it keeps you out of harm's way when you're patient. Right. So in this case, until I get a clean break and I'm waiting for that pattern that we said that we trade, I'm not getting in the trade. So right now, on this particular pair, I wouldn't be looking to sell just yet, because right now I'm at an area where price could potentially shoot up. Right. So let's just say price did shoot up. then this is where I'll be looking to catch my sells, right? You want to catch them at the top of your flags when you're selling. Does that make sense? Questions? Nope. Okay, cool. So now to get a little bit deeper, right? So before price, so like in this case, right, we said we identified this as a correction and we're looking to sell. Now, before price even makes those moves down, like you'll start to see patterns start to form. So before anything happens, price will let you know what it's going to do. So like, let's, in fact, I can stay right here. This is perfectly fine, right? This is a lower time frame, right? Well, like I said, the market moves impulse, correction, continuation all the way through. But there's times also too when I might get an impulsive move and I don't get that pullback. I don't get that correction. Sometimes price will start to lean out, right? So in this case, I would call this a reversal pattern. When price starts to lean out just like this, I'll get that reversal. Same thing going up. Price pushes up, starts to lean out, play within the channel, I'll start to get that move down. So in this case right here, right? Now remember where we at higher time frame, right? We're inside of a flag and we want to look to sell. So we just want to trade in line with the market, but we just don't know when that full continuation is coming, right? So remember this, right? We're inside a flag, we want to sell at the top. Now when I'm dropping down, right now I'm looking for these patterns. So in this case, I could see here that this is a reversal pattern, right? Price started to give you that push up. Let me drop down more so you guys can see it clearer. Drop down. Let's find it really quick. See, it's going to scroll back. Where's that? Okay, there you go. Right. So like I said, right, you got that impulsive move up. And what did price start to do? It started to lean out. It started to play within this channel. So because higher time frame, I know where I'm at, right? I'm at the top of my flag where I want to look to sell. And I'm also getting an ascending channel, right? And a reversal pattern at the top of my flag where I'm looking to sell. That's an added confirmation. So for me, the biggest thing is just really knowing where I'm at in the market and stacking confirmations, right? I'm at the top of a flag where I'm looking to sell, right? I got an impulsive move before that. And on the lower time frame at the top of my flag, I'm getting a reversal pattern setting up to look for a sell. And look what happened. You got the push down. Now, although you didn't get the push all the way back down to the bottom, you did get that push down. You see what I'm saying? Then what happened? Price came back up here, right back to the same area. What did it do? Came here, gave you sideways movement. So for me, this is called consolidation. So when I'm starting to see things like that, where I'm starting to see smaller candles, you see how price is playing, you're getting a lot of red, green in the same area, sideways movements, playing in channels, all in the same area. That's an indication to me that price is identifying this high, is respecting this high, and and it gives me more confidence to get in this trade, right? So some people might see just reversals. Some people might see M patterns. So if you see M's, you see a clear M pattern, right? With M's, you want to look to sell. Same thing with a W. A W, you want to look to buy. So that right there, if you didn't get in right here off this reversal pattern, right, you could have let that play out. And what happened? Price came right back here again, and you could have looked to sell. So once I identify my areas on the higher time frames, I'm usually jumping down to the lower to really identify my patterns, right? Is price consolidating? Am I getting reversal patterns? Did I get a sharp movement from that area? How many touches? So like the same thing with trends, and I'm looking for multiple touches. That's how I pretty much identify the highs and lows of my flag. So just to clean this up really fast, right? Does anybody have a question with that?
So M's
I have
is
a question.
for
You said when we look for W's, we look for buys, and M, we look for a sell.
Yeah, yes. So like if you've seen an M pattern, right, you can call it a double top as well. It's pretty much showing you that price is respecting this area. You can look to catch that move back down. So it's however you really see it. Right, so as I'm dropping down lower time frames, I'm really looking for patterns, right? So we got this downtrend, we identify this flag and this flag right here. So for me, I would pretty much look at this as the height of my flag. Why? Because had multiple touches, right? And just to keep it simple, it's showing you that every time price came in this area, what did you get? That moved down, that moved down. So it's safe to say if price came back here again, what would we most likely get?
Another move down.
Spy.
Say again, talk to me.
Another
Yes,
move
sir.
down.
Right, we would get that other move down. And while we're confident, because we understand what we need on a higher time frame, right? On our weekly, we have an uptrend. On our daily, we have a downtrend. And this is nothing but a correction for that weekly uptrend. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Right. So all the way through, I'm just asking the same thing. What trend am I in and what's due? And as I'm getting lower, now I'm looking for my reversal pattern. So right now, UCAD, until we get a clean impulsive move, right, that breaks out of this trend, right, followed by a flag or correction or pullback, then that's when we sell. But if it comes back up here again, that's when I'll look to sell. So really, it's just about being patient. You know, for me, something that I struggled with really early was jumping the gun, right? Like as soon as price got to a certain area, I was looking to just get in the trade, right? Because I was trying to rush and make money. But you have to allow patterns to form. You see, like I was okay with taking a trade because guess what happened? We had another reversal pattern at the same area where I got that what? That M formation. You see? So you just want to allow price to set up and show his hand. Does that make sense? Questions?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Questions? Anybody questions? Nope. Let me check the chat real quick.
They cutting the news off.
Okay, cool. Yep. All right. Yeah, so that's literally all I'm doing, right? I try to keep things super simple and just understand where I'm at, like understanding time frames and what trend I'm in. So in this case, UCAD, I'm really looking to catch that move down and just stack confirmations, right? Another reason why I really like the move down, I also use when the market is closed, I check out the DXY. I don't know if you guys know about it, but the same exact thing. It looks the same exact way, just like UCAD, right? We have that same downtrend, right? You got that impulsive move, that flag, continuation. What are we getting now?
Correction.
Right, exactly. So it's safe to say we could probably get that move down. Only time that I would really be looking to buy is if we get that strong move up, right? Followed by that flag, and then that's safe to say, you know what, price is making its way back up. But this is something I really use when the market is closed to really identify my buys for the week with USD pairs. So like you look at USD CAD, it looks the same exact way. So as long as the dollar's moving that way, I can safely, for the most part, keep selling any pair that really starts with USD. So that's something I think you guys could really incorporate for the week as well. Question? Okay, cool. Anybody got a pair that you actually want me to check out so I can go through that one?
Somebody actually
Can
is
you
asking you to
check?
say it again. They want you to repeat it.
Repeat what?
In the chat, somebody said, can you repeat what you just said?
Are they asking for him to explain the DXY and how it correlates to the market? Is that what you're trying to clarify?
I'm not sure. I just read what they said in the bottom. They said, can you repeat that? I think it's Hannah or I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just go over the DXY though. But so like when the market is closed, like I really use this. This is the USD dollar currency index, and it's just letting you know the strength of the dollar. So, right, we know how the market moves, right? Impulse correction, continuation, and as long as the dollar keeps getting weak, pairs that usually start with USD will continue to do the same. And if that's the case, let's say like a pair like Euro USD, GBP USD, NZD USD, they'll do the opposite because their base pair isn't the dollar. So this is something that I really use a lot just to really figure out my bias for the week. So the biggest thing for real is just really stacking confirmations, right? I know where I'm at in the market and what's due. What do I need? I need a flag. Do I need a continuation? So what was a pair that I really liked? I can show you guys real quick. I think it was this. Let's see real quick. Hold on. Yeah, okay, cool. So I'm gonna go through this again. I'm gonna go through this one top down all the way through, right? So just like any other pair, right? I'm identifying my highs and my lows, right? I want to identify current price, right? My monthly, I'm able to see the whole entire picture, but I really want to focus and hone in on current price. Right now, this is current price. I don't really care about what's happening down here, just because each candlestick represents a month. It's going to take a while for price to get back down there, right? So I just want to get a picture boxing current price. I want to find my highs and lows. Where did price respect and reject from, so I can really hone in on what's happening right now. Right now I'm dropping down on my weekly, and I just simply want to identify my trend. What trend am I in and what's due? So in this case, we got a nice downtrend, right? I want to look for multiple touches, right? I got 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So we can say, okay, in 5, that this is a good trend, right? Because every time price touches yellow line, what happened?
It shoots down.
Right, got that push down, push down, push down. So guess where we're at right now again?
It's about to shoot back down.
Right, potentially, right? We could get that move back down, but we don't trade off our monthly, weekly, and daily, right? We got to drop down more. We need additional evidence, and that's what going down time frame shows you, because you'll get more information, right? So my daily, same thing. I'm asking what trend am I in and what's the.
Hey, I got a question though, bro.
Yep.
You said that 3 touches make a confirmation, right?
Right.
So that last joint that you was just on, it had 4. So wouldn't that already be like a confirmation?
Exactly. Yeah. So the more touches, the better, right? If I have more than 3 touches, that's letting me know, okay, price is really respecting this trend. So as long as price stays below and underneath this trend line, I'm going to continue to catch this sell, right? And the higher the time frame, the higher the pips. You catch a move here, that's almost 1,000 pip move. That's a 1,200 pip move. That's a 1,000 pip move. So right now, we could potentially catch another big move just like that by just being in these areas. For me, I call these areas critical areas because, right, they could do either or, right? These are considered critical areas for me, right? These are areas where you're getting these strong pushes down, strong pushes up, especially on the higher time frame. So right now, we're in a critical area where price could either do or. And I really like critical areas because either way, there's a chance to make money. Like let's say if price we get a strong push up followed by a flag, right? And we catch that move up. Now, I mean, I could just look left and simply just ride the move up. I'm either it's going to come here, it's going to come here, it's going to come here, or back to the top. So whether price breaks down or shoots up, we still have a potential to catch 800 to 900 pips each way. You follow me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Right.
Yeah.
So, right, same thing. What trend am I in? What's due? I got a clean uptrend, right? In this case, right? Off the weekly, what do we need? We need that continuation, right? Look at my daily. I got an impulse, right? Correction, continuation. What do I need on my daily? Somebody talk to me.
Completion.
Correction.
Right, I need a correction. So in this, either way, right? Let's say we don't get that continuation to the downside, I could still catch up over 100 pip move. You know what I'm saying? And that could really be a great move. You know? And let's say if it does break down, I got 800 pips sitting down for me right there. All right. Let's keep dropping down. All right. On 4 hour. Right? Same thing. So you can draw this trend if you wanted to. For me, I wouldn't. Right now, I just understand where I'm at, right? I'm watching this, right? Price gave me something like this. We thought we were going to get the fall. It didn't. Price pushed up, but guess where we're at? We're still in this critical area. So I just really want to drop down and wait for my pattern, right? So until I get a clean, strong move to the downside, like let's say we get an impulse move to the downside, right? That tells us price wants to go down, right? I get this flag. It's safe to really look for, right, this move down because we understand what's needed, right? We know that on my daily, I have an uptrend. I need that correction because price doesn't just go straight up and straight down, right? Also, in the back of my mind, I know where I'm at. I'm at a weekly critical area where I could potentially catch that continuation to the downside for over 800 pips. So even if I don't get that 800 pip move, I still want to trade in line with the market because I understand what's due, right? So that's why I'm always asking what time frame I'm on, what trend am I in, and what's due. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay, no questions. Right, so like let's say here for a second, right? Let me actually take this out the way real quick. Okay, right? We got an uptrend, right? Let's say we got an uptrend right here. Right, we know how the market moves, right? It's not the prettiest, but right, you got the push up flag. Let's say this was a continuation, right? We had this correction, right? What do we need? What do we say again?
Impulse.
Right, cool. Impulse or continuation, right? Now let's drop down even more. As a matter of fact, you can see it right here, right? Now look at that. You said that we needed that move up. Now, before we even get that move up, right? Like look at price action. You got a strong move down, and guess what started to happen?
Reversal pattern.
Price started to lean out. You see what I'm saying? You got an impulse to move down, and you start to get that reversal pattern. There's no coincidence that you got a reversal pattern in the area where you just said that, hey, we need that continuation to the upside. So before price makes it move, it'll let you know. So like how we play reversal patterns is right. You want to get in at the bottom, right? The bottom is definitely a risky entry because nonetheless a descending channel is still a downtrend, so it can continue to make new lows. So let's say you didn't catch it at the bottom, right? The safe way would be, right, let it play out. You get that strong move up, right? That impulse to move. Price wants to go up, right? You get that correction, which confirms which way price wants to go, and then catch a continuation up, just like that. So let's see how this played out. Look at that. You got that move up, right? Got that move up, and let's see what it does now. Look at that. You got that move up, and then what happened? Price gave you that flag, that pullback, that correction, and then what? Continue to move up. So that's really why I really like structure, because if you allow patterns to set up and wait, like, you can make money. You just have to allow the patterns to form and just always be mindful of what trend are you in and what's doing your trend. So in this case, we needed the continuation. Before we got the continuation, we had a reversal pattern setting up. You didn't catch it at the bottom, that's cool. You let price show you that it wanted to make the move up. You gave us a flag, catch a continuation up. And the beauty of it, like Gigi was talking about before, compounding. You know, compounding is huge. And if you understand structure, right, you can really compound crazy when you just start to see flags all the way through. So this could have been another entry, right? Another entry, another entry. Does that make sense? Questions?
If somebody was asking about the patterns, can you show the difference between the flag pattern versus the reversal pattern real quick?
Okay, cool. Right. So the thing about reversals and flags, I can understand how, you know, you can get mixed up because they tend to show the same thing. But the biggest thing about it is what happens before you start to get that corrective pattern. So look at the difference between, matter of fact, yeah, let me just actually erase this, right? Right. Look at this right here, right? Okay, cool. Right here, right? We have a descending channel, right? Now, before that descending channel, what did we get? We got that strong move down. And then what? Then price started to lean out, right? Price started to lean out. We never really got a true pullback. Like I said, the market moves, impulse, correction, continuation. We never got a pullback. We never got a correction. right? Price pushed down, and then it started to scale down, right? So that's letting you know that that reversal was setting up. Now, in this case, this would be considered our correction, right? Pretty much the same thing. It's showing you smaller movement, smaller candles, choppy movement. But the difference with this is, right, you got that impulsive move before that. You see that? You got that strong move up, and then price started to play around. It started to pull back. So that's the difference right there. Like with reversal patterns, it doesn't pull back. It continues to keep going. Flags, right, whether they're up or down, they start to pull back, right? Sometimes they'll pull back like that, or in this case, you might get a sideways one. But what helps me really distinguish the difference between the two is what happened before that, right? And like I said, you always want to understand where you're at in the market, right? I understood that this is a reversal pattern setting up because on that time frame, we said we needed that continuation, right? That uptrend. But this whole move here was nothing, just a correction before we got the continuation up. So it's just really in the back of your mind, drilling your head, where are you at? Did that make sense? Did that help a bit?
Hey,
And someone
make-
asked, and I don't know if you got this question, but somebody wants to know, how are you determining your critical areas?
Okay, so like back to NZD with the weekly downtrend, right? Right here. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So when I say it's a critical area, it's because it could do either or, right? And big moves usually happen here. So like whether price right now where we're at, right? We're at an area where we got 800 pip move each time price came back to this trend line. So it's safe to say we could probably catch that again. But if that wasn't the case, right? And what do? We box and price and react, right? In your critical areas, price could do either or. It could break down, or we could get that break up. But how does it break, right? Does it break correctly? Do I get a strong break? So in this case, this higher time frame, if price does decide to break up strong, right, I get an impulsive move up, followed by this flag or correction, which confirms that price wants to go up, then I know, okay, it's time to buy. So right now, I'm really looking to sell, right? But if price does, right, break up, we get the flag, then I'm simply looking left to determine my areas where I'm going to take my money, right? This is the area where price turned around at. This is the area price turned around at. That's the area price turned around. That's the area price turned around. So that's why I really call it a critical area, because one, big moves happen here, but at the same time too, it can do either or. And it's pretty much the same thing for lower time frames as well. But I just want to be able to react, right? Although I am looking to sell, I have to be mindful that right now I'm in the area where price could do either or, and I have to be ready, right? And all I'm doing is trading my patterns. If I don't see an impulsive move followed by a correction, I'm not forcing the trade. If I don't see a reversal pattern and I don't get an impulsive move out of that followed by a flag, I'm not looking to trade. So it's really just really waiting for your setups to happen, like being patient. Did that answer your question?
Yes, great explanation.
Let me check the chat real quick. Okay, yeah. Okay, real quick. So yeah, right here, right? Right now, just being mindful with NZD CAD, where we're at. We're in a critical area. So I just really want to wait and watch. I want to wait and watch, right? To make things even easier, right? We got this uptrend. We know what we need. If you were to draw another uptrend here, right? The same thing, right? I got an impulsive move. We can call this a flag, continuation. Until I get a clean breakdown of this trend, followed by a flag, I don't have to sell. But if you get that, you can simply look to sell. So right now, it's just really waiting for a price to do what it does. So that's what I really do in critical areas. I literally wait, right? Whether it goes up or down, it doesn't even matter to me because I understand either way, I got 800 pips sitting up top and I got 800 pips sitting at the bottom. I don't care which ways it go, as long as it picks a direction. If it decides to say it wants to go down, if I get my impulse to move down followed by a flag, I'm looking to sell. Same thing if it's looking to buy. I get an impulse to move up followed by a flag, I'm looking to buy. and just wait for your patterns, lower time frame. So right now, I mean, just allow price to set up, right? So right now, I mean, look at it. Can't really say much right now, right? This could be consolidation or price could break up. I just want to wait and see. I want to wait and see what it does. But as of right now, just wait. If you are looking to sell, just watch the highs, right? Watch up here, right? This is the area where price, you got that push down. So if price comes here again, just watch and see what it does. You see how it came here before and it came very correctively. It took its time. You got a lot of small and green and red candles. That's what I like to see. I like to see when price comes to my areas where I'm looking to enter at, slowly. I don't want price to come to my areas aggressively. That's exactly why we enter in the flags, right? We don't chase impulses. We enter in the areas where price is showing the patterns, right? Price is taking its time to set up. So my areas where I'm looking to enter.
So, question, my fault. I don't mean to cut you off, bro. So when you're in the flag, whether you're buying or selling, is the best time to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I don't see a flag, correction, or pullback, I'm not getting in the trade. Because like matter of fact, let me think of a pair real quick.
When would be the best time in the flag to actually do it?
Well, like in this case, right? If we're buying, right? Like, what do you want to do? We want to buy low and sell high. So, like, let me erase this again, right? Let's say we got a flag, right? Impulsive move up, right? And I'm looking to buy, right? Because I understand where I'm at in the market, right? This is an uptrend. I got that push up followed by a flag, right? I want to look to buy at the bottom. Same thing selling. If I'm looking to sell, I got an impulsive move down.
With the 3 touches, right?
Yeah, exactly. I want to look to catch at the bottom. I want to look to buy at the bottom because we know what we need, right? We understand the market moves, impulse correction, continuation. I know that this is a correction, right? This confirms that price wants to go up. So I want to buy at the lowest price. I don't want to buy here. Why? Because price could shoot back down. I don't want to buy here. Price could shoot back down. Until we get that breakout and I'm presented with an opportunity for me to catch a move, then that's when I'm looking to buy. But if it shoots back down again, right, and it comes right back down to the low of my flag and it's respecting it, right, then I'm getting in, right. One big thing, outside of just these reversal patterns and consolidations, right, I'm looking for engulfing candles, right. Engulfing candles are the most important candles in the game, right. These are candles that start these big moves, right. So in this case, right, I know where I'm at in the market. This is considered our flag, right? We agree, right? This is our flag, right? Now look what I'm getting at the bottom of my flag, right? This is considered an engulfing. If anybody doesn't know, engulf is the most important, right? It's completely bigger than this candle right here. That's why it engulfs this candle. After we got this candle, what happened? That candle is what produced us, right? This move up. That one candle, right? And where do we get that candle at? We got an engulfing candle at the bottom of our bullish flag, right? A flag where we're looking to buy. So you just want to really make sure that you're stacking confirmations, right? I know where I'm at in the market, right? I got an impulsive move. I got a flag. Okay, what's happening inside my flag? So once you determine your bias, right, and what you're looking for, wait for price to come to your areas, right? When price comes to my areas, what is it doing? Is it stalling? Is it slowing down? Am I getting reversal pattern setting up, right? Is it starting to consolidate? Consolidate meaning, am I getting sideways movement? That right there is an indication that price is holding this level, that it's respecting, right? And then guess what? Inside of that, what did I get? I'm getting engulfing candles. So I can safely get in the trade. The thing about this, we don't know when we're going to get that 300, 200 pip move to the upside, but we want to just trade in line with the market. So even if I don't get the full move up, I mean, if I'm catching 60 pips inside the flag, I'm taking my money. Okay, cool. It didn't break. Okay, it's come back down. I'll get in again until we get that move back to the upside. That makes sense?
Makes a lot of sense.
Isaiah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So when the market hits your critical area, do you wait for an engulfing candle to decide whether to buy or sell?
Well, one
Is
thing.
that like a factor or?
Say again.
I was just wondering, is that like a factor that you consider, or like, do you wait for that engulfing candle and then buy or sell, or you just kind of like wait for it?
Well, it depends the time frame, right? It depends on what time frame I'm in. So, like, if I'm in a weekly downtrend, I'm inside that critical area, I'm probably not going to wait for a weekly engulfing to form because I just missed a week of the move. So, like, lower time frame, I'm looking for patterns in them higher time frame areas. So, like, if I got a lower time frame reversal pattern, I want to get in at the top. It's a risky entry, but it's now I just made that risky entry not so risky because I still know where I'm at, right? I'm at a critical area. I'm looking for a sell. My other time frame needs a correction. And now I'm getting a pattern that's telling me to look for the sell. So really, in those critical areas, I'm looking for my patterns, but inside those patterns on the lower time frame, I find the engulfing, then yeah, I can get in.
Hey, Isaiah, will you do me a favor to
Yes.
sort of, and I think it's a great visual. I've seen Terrell use it and I started using it. Find a pair that has a big candle for this week, and you know how you put the vertical line through it and then
Yep.
show how that candle breaks down.
Let's see. I think GCAT might have one. I don't know about this week. Let's see.
Yeah, you can cut it off somewhere and use one of those big candles if you want, but I think if she sees that visual, she'll understand what you're alluding to.
Yeah. Let me find a good one real quick. I think EU might have one. No. Let me see a good one. I think GCAT actually did.
Yeah, and if you have to cut it off, use the replay or whatever, and use one of the previous candles, like a big green one or whatever, that'll be fine.
Okay, like, all right, let's look here. Let's see, okay. Just to box this all the way in really quick.
Yeah, the first time I saw this visual, it clicked a lot of stuff for me.
Yeah.
You can, yep.
Right. Now let's say we had this right here, just like that, right? Now look at this weekly candle, right? Now just to draw a line through this, right? How many days are in a week? Or trading days in the week?
5.
Right. So now look at this. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's say we waited for that weekly engulfing the form. Right? So that means we waited for a whole week. We just let 1,000 pips go. You follow me?
Yeah.
So that's really why, you know what I'm saying? Like I jumped down to lower time frame. So like this was a move we did catch, right? And this is perfect too, because Karif, you spoke about I think you asked about these areas where you get that push up and the push down, something like that. But like look at this, right? You got that push up, right? Let's say this was a clean break. We had a downtrend. We never got that flag. Look what happened. Price decided to break down, right? It consolidated, right? Sideways movement. Then it broke down. So the fact that I know where I'm at, right, in the market, I'm on a weekly time frame, right? That just let me know, okay, this was a fake out. Never really got the true flag, the true flag, and price decided to break down. So now I'm knowing, okay, I'm probably not getting that buy. It's time to look for sales. And that's why going down to the low time frames is really key. And this whole move right here is nothing but that weekly engulfing. You see that?
Oh, wow, yeah.
And it did go down after, but then, you know what I'm saying? Like we had some time where we could have definitely, you know what I'm saying, caught the move. And because we knew it was a sell, I mean, right, we know where we're at, right? We have a downtrend, we had that flag, right? What do we need after that? We needed that move back down. So in this case, we needed that move back down. So the fact that, yes, lower time frame, we did get that breakout, right? But we never got a flag. So that's just telling me, okay, that's a fake out and my correction is due. I can look to sell now.
Isaiah, do you mind going back to that weekly for me real quick?
Yep.
Like that, where the reason he's telling you guys that was a fake out, if you look, even though that candle wicked high, it didn't really close. If you look left, it really didn't close above. It was just a wick. It was a fake out. Looking
Right.
left, you got more price action over there showing you that's a critical area like he was telling you. So price just ran there. The market faked you out and did what it was going to do anyway. Market structure came into play and just pushed it back down.
And looking left is key, because like look where you got the fake out at, right? If you're looking left, these are areas where price gave you that push down. So like you just really want to make trading simple. Look left and just ask yourself, okay, what happened in this area? You know, like you just really want to look left. Okay, what happened here? Okay, what's happening here? And in the same exact area where you got pushed down, what did you get? Engulfing candle, engulfing candle, engulfing candle. Look at that, another engulfing candle. So the market will tell you things before it happens. You know, you just have to actually take the time to look and develop your eye. And just always remember where you're at. Make sense?
And that big red wick, before it was a big red wick, it was a full body green candle. So they trapped a lot of people. That's how they make their money. They get you to these critical areas like he's talking about. But if it spikes and pulls back like that, usually it's just to do a liquidity run and then reverse the market back. So that's why he's telling you it's very important when it gets to those areas, don't just jump in. Wait and let the market confirm what it's going to do. That's where the patience comes into play. Because this is how I got my head busted a lot as a new trader. I was like, oh, the last time I was here, it sold. So I would just automatically sell. And then you're going to get that spike like that that's going to blow your account or knock you out of the trade. And then it ends up going your direction anyway. But you just pulled the trigger too soon.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much we want to make sure that we don't outsmart ourselves by trying to jump in too quick, because we may think we've seen something before, but it may actually be about to do something. Like it may be about to do exactly what we've seen, but if we actually let it develop a little further, we may actually see something new or a continuous like reoccurrence.
Exactly. You just really want to let the pattern form. That's why I really stress patterns and time frames. Like if my pattern isn't clear to me, I don't trade, right? I don't want to just get in price in the area because price could simply blow past my area. And it happens, right? And when I'm taking my time to back test on the weekend and go through trades that didn't go right for me, right? For me, right, most times when trades don't go right, it's because the higher time frame trumped where I got in at. So like, let's say I was looking to look for a sell and price decided to break my downtrend, the higher time frame trumped it. It won. So that's why you really want to wait. That's why you want to see, okay, what's developing. That's why we don't chase impulses. If I get an impulsive move, but I don't get a flag, I'm not looking to trade. I'm not looking to get in that trade. So literally that exact fake out, right? What happened? We got that impulsive move up, but did we get a flag? No. Price shot back down. So if you jumped the gun, you got stumped out because you said, oh, snap, it broke my weekly trend. It's time to buy. You never got a flag.
And I want y'all to pay attention to the keywords that he said.
I was going to ask you that.
Yeah, what did he say he's going to do tomorrow? He's going to go back and learn from his mistakes. And you know, we always heard that. We've heard that all of our lives. You need to learn from your mistakes. So back testing is very, very critical and will make you a very consistent and profitable trader. It trains your eyes.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question?
Yep.
What is a flag? I keep hearing you saying that. Is that a reference to when it goes up and it's a continuous like profit?
No, so like I said, the market moves three ways. So like I call them flags. Sometimes I say corrections. I usually say flags, but like all I see all the way through is impulse, right? I would call this a flag. You can call this a flag, a correction, a pullback. They're all the same thing. They just confirming this move. They just confirming this move, right? So I got to move down and I got this flag. After I got the move down, that's confirming that price wants to go down, and I'm probably going to get that continuation to the downside. So literally, that's what I call those. So like in this case, this is our impulse. That was a flag. What happened? We got the continuation. And I see that all the way through, right? So like here, right? Let's say this, right? We got an uptrend, right? Flags, right? Continuation, flag, continuation, right? Flag, continuation, right? Another flag. That's what I got, a continuation, right? But I never got a flag to keep going up, right? And where did we come from? I know where I'm at in the market. I'm at my weekly downtrend, my critical area. Guess what happened? Instead of me getting the flag, what happened? I got to push straight back down. Then what did I get? Then I got a flag. You see that?
Nah, yeah, it's a language.
Yeah. So it's just really understanding the terminology. And that's key when you're first starting out, right? That and back testing like Gigi was talking about. So like strictly for me, the weekends, the biggest thing I'm doing is I'm going through all the trades during the week and just seeing where did I get in wrong? Did I get in a trade prematurely? Did I not wait for my pattern to set up? Did I miss my entry and I got in at the wrong area? You know, things like that. And that's when my trading started to go to another level, and I started to see profits and things like that. When I actually took the time to really learn from my losses, that's when things really started to click. Like literally taking losses but understanding why. And for me, structure is great because it's a style, it's not a strategy, and it'll let you know, okay, what happened in this case? Why did price do this kind of thing? So yeah, it's huge doing that for me during the weekend.
Yeah. Question, please.
Yes.
Please, I understand that you do your analysis from a higher time frame.
Yep.
And you, at what point did you jump in? Which time frame did you do you normally take your trade? 4 hours, 1 hour, 15 minutes?
Yeah, so I really enter really off like the 15, the 5, or the 1. Sometimes I get in on the 1 minute, but but although I'm getting on them time frames, right? I'm really utilizing the 4 hour and the 1 hour as my areas, right? Like if I identify the flag in the 4 hour or the 1 hour, I want to let price get to the bottom or the top of my flag, depending on what I'm looking for. Now, when price is in my area where I'm looking to enter, that's when I'm dropping down. So like, let's look at this right here, this flag, real quick. That was a good question, right? So like, let's say this is a flag, right? This is our flag right here. We understand we got the impulse to move up, right? I identify my flag, right? My low, I got multiple touches, right? In this case.
I got a question too, bro, my fault.
All right, hold on, let me answer this real quick. Right, so once I identify that I'm in the flag, I'm looking for a buy, I'm dropping down to my 15, and I'm just trying to see what am I getting. I want to wait and literally see what I'm getting, right? If this didn't look clear for you, then cool, let it play out. But when you do see another flag, right, that made sense to you, right? Same thing. You just want to get in at the bottom. If it was to come back here again, you can safely get in this trade. Same thing here, right? I just want to identify my lows and then understand how price is getting there. That's all. Answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay, no problem. What's up, Reef? Kyrie.
My fault, bro. Yeah, so I was gonna ask you, so is there ever a case where, say like you do the monthly or like the weekly joint and it's like in an uptrend, and then say you go to like your hour or a minute and it's in a downtrend? Is that ever a case?
Yeah, literally. Like the same thing with, like, let's say right here, NZD CAD, right? What do we have on the weekly? We got a downtrend. You see that, right? We got a downtrend. Right? Clear downtrend, right? So we looking for this, right? That move down, that continuation. But look at your daily, right? Your daily, you have an uptrend, right? But what does that uptrend need? That uptrend needs that flag. Mind you, I still know my weekly needs that continuation, right? I'm going down to my 4 hour. I could do the same exact thing. Have another uptrend, right? Now, although this isn't a lot of pips, right? That's not much. So I wouldn't chase that. But you do know at some point in time, right, that this move has to happen, right? So although this is just 50 pips, right, you're still trading in line with the market, and you're trading in line with the higher time frame, right? At some point in time, we need that weekly continuation, right? But before that weekly continuation happens, I need that daily correction. Before that daily correction happens, I need that 4 hour correction. You see what I mean? So like, you want to go down time frames, ask the same questions, so you're never lost in the market. That's why I take my time to make sure I'm drawing a trend. You don't have to draw a trend on every time frame, but if you see one and it makes sense for you, draw it, just so you can understand where you're at in the market. Make sense? So you see right here, right? On my daily and my 4 hour, I got clear uptrends, right? But my weekly is a what? A downtrend. But before that move has to happen on the weekly, it has to happen on the daily. Before the daily, it has to happen on the 4 hour. Before the 4, the 1, and so on and so on, so forth with the lower time frame. So as you go down time frames, you'll see, right, a higher time frame uptrend and a lower time frame downtrend. Why? Because you understand what's due in the market, right? You understand what's due. So like that same reversal pattern that we spoke about before, right? This reversal pattern right here, right? At the end of the day, like, this was nothing but a correction. This was nothing but a correction because we understood how the market moved, right? It just didn't. It didn't look pretty. It didn't look very corrective like this. But guess what you got? You got a strong move down followed by what? A reversal pattern, which told you what? Okay, my continuation at some point in time is coming. And look what you got. The move up. Then what happened? Got another flag. Move up. So in this case, we're in an uptrend, but this right here, this flag is nothing but a downtrend. So yeah, you're going to see that as you go down time frames and get more information. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
Okay. Any other questions? Anybody?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up? Bro, can you explain the reversal one more time?
Yes. Okay. Cool. No problem. So like I said, we need. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find a pair for you. If I can see another good one. But yeah, like we need pullbacks, right? We need pullbacks in the market. Like you just don't get price going straight up and straight down, right? You have to get I know another one I could use. You have to get those pullbacks, right? So like okay, that's perfect right here. Okay, cool. This is cool. Yeah, that's perfect right there. Okay. So in this case, right, just to keep it simple, every time price touches yellow line, what did it do?
It went up.
Right, it went up, right? Went up. Look, went up. Okay, cool. Now, look at this, right? Remember what you said, it went up. Let's drop down a lower time frame. Right? This is the area where we're looking for price to go up. What did you get right here?
It went down.
Right? It went down. What would we call this?
Falling wedge.
I'm looking for something else.
Reversal pattern.
Right.
Descending channel.
Right, a descending channel. So look at that. You're getting a descending channel in the area where you're looking to look for buys. So with these reversal patterns, right, you'll get strong moves in the same direction as it starts to lean out. So how I know this is a reversal, I got a strong move down, and what did it do? It never gave me that flag or that pullback. It started to lean down. It'll start to play in the channel. So the same way you draw your trend line, you have multiple touches, you'll do the same thing here, right? Just draw it out and you'll see it. It'll start to like play around, right? It'll slow up, it'll start to get small, and then boom, you'll get that move, right? So that's the difference between a reversal pattern and a flag. Same thing here. Look, strong move down. Guess what we got? Another one, another reversal pattern. Guess what it did? Spike to the low, then it shot up. So you'll get things like that, right? You'll see reversal patterns setting up. Same thing here. What do we have? right? Strong move down. What did it start to do? It started to lean out. Then it pushed up. And remember, like, these are areas where we're looking to look for buys, right? Same thing here. Like, look left. Like, left will really tell you everything, right? Same thing. Reversal pattern. Strong move down, starts to lean out. In the same area where price produced you a move for how long? How much? 450 pips. So that right there is added confirmation, added confidence for me. I'm in the area where price pushed up 450 pips last time it came here, and guess what I'm getting? I'm getting a descending channel, which is a signal for what? For price to start buying. Get in the trade. Even if you don't get 450, I'm still trading in line with what price in the past told me. If I look left, price said it shot up 450. Now I want to see how price is getting to that area where it did make that big move. It didn't come there aggressive. It took its time, right? It started to lean out. That's a good indication to get in the trade. So, like, really, I'm just really making it simple. Like, I'm really waiting for price to slow up, show its hand, and if it makes sense to me and I can identify it, I get in the trade. If I can't identify it, I wait. I sit on my hands. Because one, there's always more setups, and if you don't see it, if it's not clear to you, don't jump in, right? If you have to wait for a break and a retest or impulsive move followed by a flag, wait for it. Because you know what comes next. Even if I didn't catch, let's say I didn't catch this right here. Say I didn't catch this move. Okay, I got an impulsive move up. I'm able to identify what this is. Cool, I didn't catch it at the bottom. I got an impulse move up. What's happening now? Price is creating a flag. Not the prettiest, but I'm still able to identify, okay, this is the area where every time price got here, it made some type of move up, right? And guess what? Before that, I got a strong move up. I can comfortably get in this trade. Even if I didn't get in here. Because what? I got a reversal pattern. I got an impulsive move. And it showed me his hand. Cool. Catch the buy. I still caught 240. I didn't have to catch 450, 340. I didn't have to catch it. I'm perfectly fine with 200 pips. You know, but it's just...
Copy, bro.
Yep. Yep. Anything else? Anybody? Okay. All right. But one thing I like I said I do want to say is just really continue to stay on these calls, right? Like, continue to really, take your time and practice, right? Repetition. You see my watch list, right? I'm deleting everything tomorrow and I'm marking up everything. Why? Because repetition is what's going to allow you to hone in on your skills and develop your eye. So just really stay on these calls and back test and just keep identifying patterns. Like, like tomorrow you wake up or something like that, or tonight, just mark up reversal patterns, mark up flags, mark up consolidation, breaks of trends, like things like that, where you'll start to develop your eye and things will get clearer for you.
Do you mind doing something for me, Isaiah, that I think will help your guest out?
Yeah.
Go to Google, and I do this. I've done this on a couple of ForexNChill to help you people see this stuff, because I know it took me a while to train my eyes, and like somebody said earlier, it's like learning a foreign language. Just type in Forex reversal patterns.
Okay.
And like a young lady was calling it a wedge earlier, and yes, that was correct. But to simplify things, since there's like 6 or 7 different ways it can form, we either say ascending channel or descending channel. I'll click on images up at the top where it says images, and like there's some really nice ones like up there at the top middle. Go over one like right there. Like there's some reversal patterns. Go back to the left. Yeah, that one too. But you see these, and this is what they look like. You saw him talking about the double top, the double bottom, which you call the M's and the W's. Where it says bearish rising wedge, we just call that an ascending channel. At the bottom, the bullish falling wedge, we call it the descending channel. And then you can do the same thing. If you look straight under that picture, there's one for continuation patterns, and we just call those flags, because we like keeping things simple. We don't want you to have to learn 20 different names. So like the picture underneath the one at the top right, you see where it says correction, continuation. Go up to your right, to the top, all the way to the top right.
Oh, bad. I'm getting old.
Go right, one more. The one, yeah, now go straight down. You see,
Oh, okay.
yeah, now that one, these are the flags. We just call them flags. So we don't say pennant or wedge. We'll just say a flag. So these are your continuation patterns. You can draw these on like a sheet of paper or some index charts, and just keep in the back of your mind, if you look underneath that, all of these are really good patterns to learn. And if you go through your charts, just remember, they're not going to be perfect. They're not always going to be pretty. Sometimes if you can't see them, you can switch to your line chart and they're easier to see. But you need to go through your charts, because you're going to see these on your monthly, your weekly, your 5 minute. And like he said, you could have a bullish flag on the 1 hour and he's trying to buy it from the bottom. So then he's going to swoop down to his 5 minutes. And if he sees that same little pattern inside the big pattern, he's going to get in and catch that from the bottom and have a greater chance of having a low risk to reward, because now he's got a tight stop loss. And if it comes back down, he made some money and he'll just get in again. Does that make sense? So use these to, like he said, go back through your charts and draw these out. So if you catch these at the bottom, when they're first beginning on those lower time frames, after identifying them on a bigger time frame, now you can get these 5, 10, 15 pip stop losses to catch these 200 and 300 pip moves like we do. And that's it. I just wanted to just show them that, since a lot of people were asking about these patterns.
Yep.
Can you tell me what website that was again? I know you said Google and then go to Forex chart patterns is what you said?
Yeah, you can either do Forex continuation patterns or Forex reversal patterns, and just click on images and it's going to bring up all these images. But the ones on the right that he pulled up, those are the good. I love these.
Yeah, these are good. These are good.
Yeah, those are the really good ones. They're good and clean. And if you train your eyes for those, they're really going to help you on getting your entries or knowing when to get out. These also tell you when to get out of the market.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, yep. Any more questions? Let me check the chat real quick.
And Isaiah will tell you, when we first started this stuff, we didn't see these things immediately. It takes training your eyes, but then they start, you can see them now. Like I can look like up there at the top, I can tell on his smaller time frame, like going to his 5 or 15 minute, that's probably like a descending channel where it shot up and then it reversed. I mean, it was a descending channel, then you got a reversal pattern. Like you'll start looking at your higher time frame and you already know what the lower time frame is doing.
Yep. You already see it. Before it even happens, you already see it.
Yep.
In
fact, somebody said that to me the other day. They're like, how can you look at the 1 hour and then tell me what the 5 minutes doing? I'm like, it's just like reading the same book over and over. When you see the words, you already understand them and you know where the story's going.
Yep. Yep, yep.
Isaiah.
Yes.
Where in the wish list can I find the DXY?
Say again, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The DXY. Where in
show her how to find the DXY on the chart.
Okay. Yeah, so you just go to your tab bar, top left, and you just type in DXY. And yep. Well, that ain't the one I used, but
you can actually just start typing DXY without even going to the box, and it'll still pull up. If you just start typing DXY right now, that list will still pop up.
Yep.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is something I really use. I really use a lot. So I would say into next week, because of how this is playing out, if we do get another push up, look to, catch these moves down on USD CAD. And also too, watch this, NZD CAD. I'm really watching this sell. So I say watch out for that next week.
Yeah, guys, and follow ForexNChill on YouTube because this video will be uploaded. Our gracious co-host Grant, he cleans up the video and he'll get it up sometime between now and Monday, realizing it is a holiday weekend. So you can catch the replay. We'll put all the information on how you guys can follow Isaiah. He can drop all of his information. Let me do this. Since somebody wants to be silly, I'll do this.
I thought I did something. I'm like, what did I do that?
Yeah.
But yeah, if that's no other questions, that's all. Like Gigi said, patience pays. So just let it set up. Don't force it. You know, if it's not clear, leave it alone. There's a ton of setups. You don't have to force one pair at all. I don't like how GA looks. I've been leaving GA alone. It's not that you can't make money from it, but if I seen a clearer setup, like in, let's say EU, then trade what you see.
Yeah, the Australian dollar right now, we've been expecting it to fall for a few weeks, but it's still, it got there and started consolidating and now it's still pushing up a little, so.
Playing.
It's the all.
Playing.
She's making me mad. All right, did everybody enjoy this session? Y'all show Isaiah some love. That was a really good session. I love seeing this stuff.
Thank you.
That was awesome. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Thank you.
No, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you, Isaiah.
Thank you, Zay, for the
Good job.
Thank you, Isaiah. Thank you.
Goldie.